I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Vita and Chip and Culpy.
This is
Pearl Jam.
Porch.
The Unplugged version.
On the album 10.
I
think like all the Pearl Jam recommendations are.
That one was mine. Actually.
It wasn't yours.
It wasn't?
I can't even give something to you without you destroying it.
Well, you just.
All our Pearl Jam recommendations are from that album 10. If you want to see timely, topical, political commentary, you can check us out at Middle America with Vin and Sori.
Yep. If you want to see behind the scene what happens around here, check out My Sori Life. I actually got a little.
Did you upload that other video yet?
Nope.
The shoe one?
Nope.
Jeez, what's wrong with you? That was a really good one.
I've been making lasagna.
I've been actually wanting to see that one.
Yeah.
Because I star in it, so. Anyway, I'm trying to get this other thingy on. But anyway, Middle America, Vin and Sori, and then My Sori Life. This is Pearl Jam Porch.
Yeah, we already told them that.
And it's on the, what do you call it?
Want me to do that?
Yeah, go for it. You think you can do it? Go ahead. That's fine. So, I have yet to hear a bad Pearl Jam song.
Yeah, me too.
I think their average, was it Kai? Kai is the one that does our averages, right?
Yeah.
Kai, let us know what the averages are, big homie. So, anyway, Pearl Jam Porch. I don't really have anything else to say. Let's jump right into it.
Go.
Oh, he took it off. Took off the jacket.
So I just want to say 1, 2, 3, 4. What the this swirl run into you didn't leave a message, at least I could have learned your voice one last time. Daily minefield, this could be my time by your. Would you hit me, would you hit me? All the bills slow by and initiatives are taking up by the middle. There ain't gonna be any middle anymore, and the cross I'm bearing home ain't indicative of my place. Left the board. Oh, yeah. Hear my name, take a good look. This could be the day. Hold my hand, lie beside me. I just need to say. change for it. There is something in this to dread. I know how I want to dress, how I want to live, how I want to choose.
Is that how they ended the thingamajig?
Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah! I don't know what he said.
Did he seem like he was on something to you?
No, I don't
When he
think
was on that chair
something.
and falling off the chair and stuff?
But, I mean, we've seen a couple, like, live, you know, video thingamajiggies with him, and he's always kind of been the exact same way.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, he's always been crazy. You know, remember, like, he
seemed a little bit more lethargic-y, like, in his crazy.
Really?
Like, yeah, because
he
usually...
seemed pretty energetic to me.
Yeah, it seemed like he didn't know, like he went to do that thing, like, you should know if you can do that or not. And he, like, tried it a couple times, and he was like, oh, just go straight then, you know, like... But,
I don't know. He seemed like he was pretty fit here. I don't agree with you. I think he's fine. I'm trying to get the closed caption on this thing. Because he was saying some stuff in the middle that wasn't on the lyric thingamajig. And then it says ad-libbed lyrics. So I'm like, damn it. I want to find out what he actually said. But there's no closed caption on this option on this thingamajig. That sucks. Okay, go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, his voice. I love his voice.
He's continuing the streak. I haven't heard any bad Pearl Jam songs yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that this record was one of those just crazy moments where they just went unconscious in the studio and just came out with some really good songs. Because all the songs that people recommend are from that record, from 10.
I didn't know what we were singing about, and I didn't know what it had to do with pro-choice.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was a political song, and the reason is he said all the bills go by and the initiatives are taken up by the middle. There ain't going to be no middle anymore. So I bills like, legislation, things like that, initiatives, et cetera.
Yep.
So I was I think in 91, I wasn't really conscious of politics in 91, but I want to say there was some sort of recession or something. I'm not sure. Clinton was coming in. I was worried about the economy. Remember Clinton was... my mom would sit me down as a little kid. We'd sit and watch the news and stuff. Really? She'd explain to me what's happening. Yeah. So Bill Clinton...
So the news didn't even play in my house. Yeah. My dad would go out to get some coffee in the morning. He'd spend time with the Lord. Yeah. And then he would see the news when he was at Dunkin'. But...
Other than that,
no. There was a certain point where the newspaper would come to the house.
Well, I mean, news back then was a lot different from news now. I mean, it's like newstainment. It's like entertainment almost.
Yeah.
It's not really. It's
That-
not. It's
now?
not just now.
Now,
Yeah.
yep.
Now it's like, you know, it's a combination of entertainment and news.
Uh-huh.
And I think probably a lot of that has to do with the fact that we're on this 24-hour news cycle.
Yeah.
And you can only report the same stories.
Right.
And so you've got to, okay, like what sets you apart from everybody else?
Right.
So yeah, Bush 1 was the president in 91. And obviously he probably wouldn't be a favorite of people that listen to Pearl Jam or whatever. But anyway, I took the middle verse 2 to be about
What do you think,
politics and all that.
And the cross I'm bearing home.
There ain't gonna be no middle anymore, because I think this is talking about what's this initiative they're taking up by the middle. He's probably talking about the middle class.
Oh, okay.
Because that's always been a major thing. Like for you to have a strong economy, you've got to have a strong middle class.
Yeah.
And so it's one of the, it's one of the issues that gets talked about a lot. In the middle class are usually the voting block that you wanna take, right? So like
Right.
during the last,
That's because they're the majority, right? Is that what you're saying?
generally speaking,
Yeah.
right? Because the middle class, and they always feel like they're getting screwed.
Yeah.
Because what happens is it's like, and right-wing politicians do this all the time. They're like, "Oh man, you poor middle-class people, you're getting screwed by those poor people." Because now you got to pay their welfare check and all the myths about even here it's like Somalis are driving around in BMWs and all this stuff.
Oh yeah, people say
There's all these crazy, silly myths that happen. So the middle class like, screw them, and then they want to vote Republican. And then on the other side, with the Democrats, who's like, these rich corporations are getting all these tax breaks, and you poor middle, so they use the middle class as a, and you can go after either group.
Right.
And anger and frustrate middle class people.
Right.
And it's one of the things that Hillary missed, was because there's a lot of people in middle America who are sinking from going from being middle class to the poverty line. And I'm saying poverty in America because I was homeless at one point, and I've seen poverty across the world.
Not
we
the
live
same.
like kings.
Yeah.
But there were people that were sinking below the poverty line. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of these people that Hillary didn't pay a lot of attention to. Mm-hmm. And so that Trump was able to swoop in there and your jobs are going over and NAFTA and blah, 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 blah. When he was right.
Right.
And then Hillary, all they heard was, we're going to kill the coal industry. It's like these people, their entire lives, all they did was rely on coal for like 2 or 3 generations. And here's Hillary with this out. So that's why I said, like,
Okay.
I thought to myself when verse 2 hit, I'm like, okay, this is a political song to some degree. What is this world running to? You didn't leave a message. At least I could have learned your voice one last time. Daily minefield. This could be my time by you. Would you hit me? Would you hit me? I have no idea the correlation between that verse and this verse. Hear my name. Take a good look. This could be the. But anyway, so that's why he wrote the pro-choice thing, because I'm assuming at some level it's a political song. Which, of course. I don't know, especially in the 90s, I don't know how much people actually knew
About what an abortion was.
About what an abortion was, what the science says, and all the rest of it. And if you wanna see an actual debate, a moderated debate with a moderator, opening statements, rebuttals, cross-examinations, and closing statements, whole 9 yard, go check it out in Middle America.
Yeah.
We'll actually put it in the in the link.
Yeah.
Because,
the link in the description.
Yeah, I mean the song isn't about abortion. He put the pro-choice thing up there. Obviously, we're not pro-killing children. We're pro-life. So, but I don't want to talk about that because it's not in the song, and unless you want to talk about it. But the debate will be there, and so you can watch the debate yourself and see, how it went. Mm-hmm.
I'm confused, and then he keeps saying, hear my name, take a good look, this could be the day, hold my hand, walk beside me, I just need to say. Then he repeats that again, scroll down, and then
that's the vocal ad-lib bridge that I want to know what he was saying in the ad-lib, because he was saying some... See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, there's more that gets said down there, but...
I'm sure it's on Google somewhere. Eddie Vedder, ad-lib, Porch, Unplugged. The ad-lib's there. It's probably a missing link somewhere. But I kind of see the hear my name, take a good look. This could be the day. Hold my hand, lie beside me. I think there, maybe it's talking to the politician, like, look at me as an individual. Because a lot of these, especially middle class people, are just completely overlooked.
Yeah, but look at the outro.
Yeah?
I could not take, just one day. I know when I would never ever touch you, hold you, feel you in my arms, never again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like there's two songs happening. Like there's a love song, and then there's the, there's the political side of it. But maybe it's talking.
Maybe he was in a relationship that the girl got pregnant, and maybe that's the correlation. Maybe he was in a relationship and got the girl pregnant, and then they, had an abortion. I don't know. Like why is he? But he's talking about not being able to hold her and stuff like that. Like maybe I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like a relationship, and then it mixes with like political stuff. Like maybe it came from some situation. I have no clue.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think. Okay. Aside from verse 2, which I am interpreting as being political. If I take out verse 2, it looks like it's just a love song.
So
you see what I'm saying?
So let's look at it and say that bills is actually your bills are coming in instead of like political bills. In the middle.
Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore verse 2. Period. Because if I look at verse 1 and then look at the chorus, it looks like it's a relationship with someone.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
So I'm looking at it like, okay, so he's got this person that he loves, but she's gone and she didn't even leave a message, which is interesting. It's like, remember the old answering machines back in the day?
Yeah.
That's so funny. The kids.
Yeah.
What happened? He took Zoe to the library and there was like a push button phone.
No, I took her to the bank and there was a regular phone there, and she asked the lady if it was a prop.
That's so funny. Okay, so she didn't leave. At least I could have learned your voice one last time. That's a crazy line.
Yeah.
Learning your voice. That's a good one.
That is good.
Because there's a lot to learn about a person's voice.
Yeah.
Inflections,
that's true.
intonations.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you can know about a person's state of mind and being and all that. But it seems like what he was saying was every time she talked, he was focused on learning her voice.
Oh.
So every single time she said, "That's a good one, Mr. Vetter."
That is.
I'm gonna find some way to steal that because she has a terrible memory, and inshallah,
Don't forget where it
6 or 7 months from now, I'll say some variants of it, and you'll be like, "Oh my God, Vin, you're so sweet." This could be my time by you. Would you hit me? Would you hit me? Daily minefield. Like, it's one of those relationships where, like, any random thing can set him off. Yeah, I was in one of those.
Ugh.
Would you hit me? I would never ask that question. That she would. Yeah. So that's a pretty crazy relationship there.
Yeah.
And then she left. Apparently, she left it.
I mean,
what?
I would not want to be in that type of relationship. I'm like, well, good riddance, Like,
yeah,
you don't know.
That's what you say.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't have the I don't know, the demeanor, the I don't know, to stick with something like that. That's if somebody was like, I didn't know when they were gonna blow up. Like, you didn't know, like, there was, like, all these things, you're walking on eggshells all the time, and then they're hitting you. That's too much. I would not be okay with that. Like,
well,
I'd be so nervous.
He's saying, would you hit me? He's not saying that she would hit him.
Yeah, but if you had to worry about that, like, the fact that you would ask that question, like, I would never ask that question seriously to you.
Right.
Like, sometimes I'll say, do you still love me? Stuff like that. Like, I'm not serious. I don't think that you don't love me. I don't know. I like phrasing those questions like that. Would you ever... Sometimes I think, like, but I'm like, I feel like you'd be so offended if I did that. You know, like, if I said, well, what if I did this? That would you hit me? But I know you wouldn't. I just want to ask the question, and you know how I am with stuff like that.
Yeah, but he.
But I think he's actually genuinely asking the question.
But maybe he's saying, "Would you hit me?" in the sense of like, it's still a way for her to be with him. You know what I mean? Like, all right, just hit me, and then we can stay together. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So it doesn't necessarily always means that he's asking the question because she's had a habit of doing it. Maybe he's saying, just hit me. If you're mad at me, just hit me, and then we can stay together. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then this, maybe he's. All the bills go by, and they should say there ain't gonna be any middle anymore. And the cross I'm bearing home ain't indicative of my place. Left the porch. I'm gonna need some help, Pearl Jam fans.
Left the porch.
I have no idea what the correlation is between verse 1, verse 2, and everything else in the song. Well,
oh, maybe he's saying that after she left. Then he's saying all the bills go by and initiatives are taken up by the middle. Maybe it's all of a sudden he landed on like welfare.
Okay.
And then there ain't going to be a middle anymore. And the cross I'm bearing home ain't indicative of my place. I don't know, left the porch. Maybe he just gets worse and worse in that situation. Left the porch. Maybe he just like leaves his home. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Another guess.
I'm just skipping it. The Pearl Jam fans will help us.
Yeah.
I usually when somebody has like a really good like exegesis of the lyrics,
yeah,
I usually like pin it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give a prize to somebody who can give like the best breakdown of this. Seriously, like I'm gonna really scour through these lyrics because I want to find a way to pin it all together. Hear my name, take a good
somebody
look.
might be able to give you those ad-lib lyrics.
Right.
Somebody gets those.
Right.
And we pin that. Yeah. We'll
hear my name, take a good look. This could be the day.
Hook you up with a mug or something. One of our Sori secret mugs in the Middle America.
Yeah, we haven't given away a mug in a while.
Yeah.
Hear my name, take a good look. This could be the day. Hold my hand, walk beside me. I just need to say.
I like this. They're on Teespring. That's also
maybe,
in the description.
Maybe his girl was there for him, like through all the political stuff.
Yeah.
Because if you're like consciously minded to that stuff, it really pisses you off and makes you angry or sad or depressed or whatever. But then you have your girl you can kind of vent to. Mm-hmm. I do it with you all the time. I'm like, this damn Trump and blah blah blah.
Yeah, you do.
Damn
Obama, blah
blah blah.
Political
and like
stuff.
now she's gone, so there's nobody to vent that stuff to. And maybe he doesn't feel heard or seen because maybe he's personifying the middle class guy.
Yeah.
Who's completely overheard and overlooked, but he had his girl and she saw him and heard him. But now that she's gone, now he's by himself, basically having to deal with the
I don't know. I'm not
life.
convinced of any of these explanations. Like I want to see somebody who knows.
Because the only reason I'm saying that because he's saying, "Hear my name, take a good look. This could be the day. Hold my hand, walk beside me. I just need to say." So it looks like he's feeling isolated. And she used to be the one that did that. Uh-huh. She used to be the one to hear his name and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And now he's got to deal with, all this stuff by himself because nobody hears him anymore.
Yeah.
Because he's, the politicians aren't hearing him and all the rest of it. Take a good look. This could be the day.
He just keeps repeating that, and then he says, I could not take, just one day. I know when I would never ever touch you, hold you, feel in my arms never again.
Right. So he can't deal with her not being with him.
Yeah.
And so he's having a hard time reconciling the world around him. Because that's true. If you're like I said, if you're a consciously minded person or you think about all the stuff that happens in the world and then you feel like you're powerless to change it, it's very, very cathartic to have somebody, that you can bounce stuff off of and feel.
I'm surprised because I would think that would not, like, I feel bad for you when you talk to me, like, about political stuff because you feel stuff so deeply. Like, I'm, like, one of those people that can basically hear a horrible event and then still eat my sandwich after. You're not like that. Like, tragedy and stuff like that really affects you. Like, if it's somebody that I know, that's different. But if I don't know the person personally, then it's, I hear the news and I'm like, wow, that's really terrible, Yeah. But then I'm able to progress forward. So I'm like, I was thinking about it the other day when you were talking to me and, that the topic that you were talking to me about was really heavy, and it was really terrible. And I was like, I just felt like, geez, what would that be like to be you? Like if, like I would think that wouldn't be helpful to even talk about it. You know, like you'd want somebody, I don't know, maybe talking about it with somebody that you guys, if you both felt like super low about it, maybe it wouldn't necessarily be good either. I don't know.
Well, I mean, most people are not affected by stuff the way I'm affected by stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't hold anybody to that, but it's very cathartic, very helpful for me to be able to talk to you about it.
That's cool.
Because, you know.
You do that actually a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think political things and global things and, you know, kids dying in Yemen or whatever.
Yeah.
There's so little that you can effectuate as far as like doing anything about it. I mean, there's things that we can do, and our Patreon group has sent relief over there and stuff like that. But like the root causes of why those kids ended up in the situation in the first place.
Yep.
And the decisions that we made as a nation.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about, you know, I'm just talking about like globally.
Yeah.
And, you know, other things and whatever. But yeah. No, it's true. And if I didn't have you, it would be extremely difficult on that perspective. But man, relationships are really, really important. Mm-hmm. They're really, really important. But that line, man, learning your voice, that's a crazy, crazy, crazy line. I could talk about that for hours because that is super significant.
I don't think everybody does that though. Like I do that when you talk. I do. I'm always trying to categorize your voice and see like, okay, well, this means that, this means that. Because like you used to like laugh about stuff when you were super angry.
Yeah. And
I like didn't pick up on that you were angry. I thought that you were like, I'm like, no, okay, he's okay. Yeah. Of course, I didn't realize the culture thing there, you know?
Right.
A laugh might not be good.
No, not with me. Laugh's not good. Well, it's not a cult. What do you mean a culture thing?
Well, you when we had this conversation before, the day that I realized, oh my gosh, when he's laughing, it's not because he's like, it's because he's really pissed about something. Yeah. Like, and you were like, yeah, and then you were saying like how, I don't know if it was Nigerian people or if it was African, I don't remember, like there was a certain group of people that you said that's how it's, they'll like laugh and then all of a sudden like boom, they're like
oh yeah
but like
yeah,
I've never been around, and I, you know, obviously predominantly been around white people. I've never been around white people that would laugh when they were actually angry. Their face gets red. That's what happens, right. You know?
Right.
They don't laugh.
I believe in New York, my friends were like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
No. We thought you were fine.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But that's always been like the number one thing with people around me. Like, oh, we have a hard time reading you. I say it all the time. Every time I'm around, people always say I have a hard time reading you. But but I think like that's one of the benefits of like being in an interracial relationship or whatever. Is like you kind of like, you already know that you come from different worlds.
Yeah.
And so then there's that conscious effort to learn the other person.
No, you're right. Actually, yeah.
Whereas if you're with somebody that's in your same culture, you assume that you know things about them that's not true.
Yeah.
So it's one of the benefits and I think that's something that we have as an advantage that maybe other couples don't, is that like that constant like desire to learn the person.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody one time, they were asking me like, how could you not get bored in a relationship, in the same relationship? I'm like, you're never with the same person though. Because you have different experiences and you have, you know, different, you know, stages of life and different changes. So you're never with the same person. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Whereas if you jump from person to person, then you end up being with the same person because you go after you know, people with a certain thing, and then the minute that they change, you're out.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you go from person to person to person, you're actually with the same person the entire time.
That's true. And phase one of people's relationships is basically very the same, you know?
Yeah, it's always an audition. Phase one is always the audition.
Yeah.
You know? And then so they're always the same person in phase one.
Yeah.
But if you're with the same person over for years and you
then you're going to see the difficulties of their personality.
Yeah,
and you know who they are. Yeah.
You changed a lot since the very first time I met you.
Yeah, a lot.
So have I.
Yeah, you have too.
So have I.
Yep.
So, and then, Orion's going to change us.
Yep.
In ways that we don't know yet. So,
right.
You're not going to be with
For those of you who don't know, we're like 7 months pregnant, so.
Yes, sir. Talk to him, brother minister. We're going to be 30 weeks, right? Inshallah. In
couple days,
this Wednesday.
Yep. I think that's why
You're starting the whole nesting thing a little bit early there. I think he's going to come in April. Inshallah, April 29th, inshallah.
That would be cute. On your birthday.
All right. So, what do you get the song?
9.6. I really liked it. I love his voice.
This is what I call a suspended...
oh, you're not going to rate it because you don't know what it means fully?
Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to rate it yet because I don't know what he was saying in the ad-lib.
Yeah.
So I need somebody to get me those ad-lib lyrics and a good exegesis, and then I'll circle back to it in another review and rate it.
Okay.
But I like... I'll tell you, that end... when he was hitting those notes... When people can carry notes for really long times, it's probably, if I was a vocal coach or something like that, I'd probably be like, it's normal. But it's not normal for me. I can't do that crap.
Right.
So when I see somebody that's able to like pull that crap off, I'm like, oh my gosh, how did he do that?
Yeah.
So, that to me was like crazy. I'm like, wow. That's insane.
I love the sound of his voice. My sister would like it. Have I said that before? Yeah, every time... I'm like this and typo, but it's not Christian, so she wouldn't hear it, but she would like it.
That's hilarious. All right, Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.